Well, shooters and reloaders out there, Fortune Cookie 45LC coming to you from the Hot Lead Zone. And today we're going to talk to you about the cleaning of lever action rifles. Now this, of course, is my Henry Big Boy in 45 Colt caliber. And I remember when I bought this, the salesman at the gun store kind of gave me a quizzical look because he was expecting me to say, oh, it's in 45 Colt. No, I don't want that. Because I would have wanted a 44 Magnum or a 357 Magnum, but not the 45 Colt. So when I was very interested in the rifle, he was a little surprised. As you all know out there, the 45 Colt is a fantastic cartridge. But only if you reload. Because if you shoot factory ammo, the cost is somewhere around $1 a shot, and you won't be shooting very much. But if you reload, you can bring the cost down to cheaper than 22 long. Before we get into the cleaning of lever action rifles, let's pause a moment and give some credit to Anthony Imperato. He's the president and owner of Henry Repeating Arms, and what he's done is return American craftsmanship to firearms at a price point that's actually less than what the imports like Uberti are coming in to the country at. Look at the quality here and you think Uberti, but it's not. It's made in America by American craftsmen. Now you've heard it said that when we clean our rifles, we want to clean it from the breech end. That's from this end right here, instead of from the muzzle. And the reason is, if you clean from the muzzle, you could damage the crown of the rifling right here, and if you do, the accuracy will be affected. So always clean from the breech end. But as in all things, is that true anymore? Turns out that we can clean this rifle from the breech end. Not all lever actions can do that. Like the Marlin, if you take this screw out right here, open the lever halfway, take the screw out, the lever drops out, the bolt comes out, the ejector comes out, and then you got a clear opening through to clean from the breech end. So you can do that. And it's not hard to put the bolt and the ejector and the lever back in. So you could do that. Just like the Marlin. But the problem with cleaning from the breech end is that you can still damage the crown of the barrel. Now you've seen before shooters at the range running these long cleaning rods through from the breech end, their bolt guns, and the brushes and the patches are coming out from the muzzle and they're going a foot and then they're going back in and the shooter's stroking this thing back and forth. What happens is the rod is not supported once the brush or the patch comes out the end of the barrel here. So the rod then will rub on the crown right here from 4 o'clock to about 8 o'clock. And it's been shown by bench rest shooters that you get a lot of wear right there from 4 to 8 o'clock. And any kind of damage there, you're going to cause havoc to accuracy. So cleaning from the breech end doesn't guarantee that you won't damage the crown. Now, if you clean from the muzzle, if you carefully introduce the patch into the muzzle, and then as soon as the patch goes in, you then engage a bore guide like that before you run it in, and then the bore guide is knurled so you can hold it in place while you're running the rod all the way down to the breech. And then when you come back out, it's always keeping that rod from contacting the muzzle all the way out until it's actually exiting. Like that. So you don't have any damage. You have complete control over the rod at the muzzle. There's something to be said for that. Now, cleaning rifles properly is made much easier by using a Caldwell lead sled or a rifle cleaning rest like this one. Another very popular cleaning option now is to use a bore snake, and you can easily put Ed's Red onto this, and that bore snake is pulled through to the muzzle by this line that has a weight on it so that you can get it through the barrel. Now the bore snake has a brass brush already incorporated into it, a section for the introduction of cleaning solvents, and then this section here, which is used to swab out like patches would do. Now I would grab the muzzle with one hand and pull this through. I can't do it while I'm running a camera, but I'll go ahead and do it right now. So I pulled that through 3 times. The Ed's Red goes right into this. It's very absorbent, didn't even spill a drop of Ed's Red anywhere. Now the action can be cleaned with a rag, with a small toothbrush that will be inside the brass, because you don't want to have anything rubbing on the outside of the brass, even nylon. But get the brush all the way inside, and you're going to use a small toothbrush like we said before to clean the inside of that. Then use a lot of Q-tips to swab it out. You really don't even need to take the gun apart. Show you how clean the inside of the action is, just by using a brush and some Q-tips. Sorry for this angle, but it's the best way for me to show you how I can use a rod and our little bore guide here. So there's the bore guide, the little brass bore guide, and I hold that right against the muzzle, run the rod in as you see the rod going in, and then back the rod out until I feel the patch hit the bore guide. Maintain holding the bore guide, and there's absolutely no way that muzzle can be damaged by using our cleaning rod. Now I'll run some extra patches through there, then I'll put some of the silicone spray on a patch, run that in, and that'll protect the bore, and we're ready to go with the storage of this rifle. Here's the one that has a silicone spray. Nicely centered all the way to the breech, including the chamber. And there we go. Our fine Henry is cleaned and ready to go back into storage till next time we're ready to use it. And no disassembly was required.